Good morning, everyone. Gil here from GTraderPro with you on Sunday with our market preview for the futures market upcoming week. Let's take a quick look at this past week, some of the important moves that were made, and get ready for the upcoming week. So let's take a look here at the Nasdaq. Really great week again for technology, for the Nasdaq. Really had some nice trades for our subscribers. Thursday, of course, Thursday and Friday continue to make new highs during the course of last week. Now, if you've been following along here for the last several weeks, you've known that I continue to post about new all-time highs continuing throughout the summer months, July and August in particular. That continues to be the case. So really pleased to see the continuation march for new highs, new highs, new highs. This will be the theme as things continue into the month of August. So be sure to come back on a weekly basis and check out the forecast. But here is last week here on Tuesday. We made this new all-time high on Tuesday. Monday, we talked about the very important price coming down here into the low 800s. We had closed here on Friday, as you might recall from last week's post. I talked about a little bit of additional pullback that I expected Sunday night, Monday. Very specifically is what I said last Sunday. Expect a little bit of a pullback early in the week, perhaps Sunday night, Monday, before the market then rallies back and makes new highs. The market came down and set on the very important level of 853 on Monday, rallied up nicely, retested it again on Wednesday. We had some beautiful long trades in the Nasdaq on Wednesday before we then really rallied strongly to make one again, new highs on Thursday and Friday. So this was really nice. Now our next upside target very nearby is 23,367. That price will be coming. Once again, early in the week, we may see a pullback in the Nasdaq. So we may pull back once again right into this area of 23,080 to 23,030. This will be very important for us. So we'll be looking to see if we have any pullback. There is a need. There was a top that was put in on Friday. So we should see early in the week, despite any further advance, we should see a little bit of downside pullback. Nothing dramatic. Once again, we'll be looking to take advantage of long trades. But we are looking for, once again, an early week pullback, Sunday night, Monday, perhaps into Tuesday, but we should see that pullback before we then want to get long again for the next leg up. So we'll be looking for that. So again, just in short, a little bit of a pullback before another advance, very similar to what transpired last week off of Friday's close, where we got that nice pullback. We'll be looking for an opportunity down here in the 23,080s to 23,060s. We'll be looking for that pullback in the NASDAQ. On to the ES. Another great week. And again, last Sunday, we talked about where is the Friday close? Right here, Friday closed. And I said there would be a pullback coming into the early part of the week. Well, we did pull back, had this beautiful advance up. A couple of prices I had talked about, once again, was retesting the highs. So last Sunday, we talked about a pullback Sunday night, Monday, before advancing up to 63.35. That did occur. Then we had a really nice pullback on Wednesday. Again, took advantage of this. These are two prices I've been talking a lot about at GTraderPro in our Discord server with our members. 63.62 and 63.48, very critical. And if you've been following along in these videos every weekend, you know I've been talking about we will continue to make new all-time highs. The march will continue into July and August. All that is required is daily closes above these two prices. As long as we're closing daily above these two prices, we are in no jeopardy of a sell-off. If we saw daily closes below both of these levels, we have a pretty sizable sell-off that would happen. So these really need to be levels that you're monitoring, in particular for swing or position traders. As long as these hold, once again, we will expect to see new highs going into the summer months. Now again, initially we're going to look for a pullback early in the week. We hope we get to take advantage of that. Again, we put in a little bit of a top here. This is going to be in a very important juncture on Monday, maybe Tuesday. If there's any chance of going a little bit higher, it would be early in the week. If we don't see that, if we're not breaching these highs, then that means we should be in the process of a pullback down into the 6,300 area. And again, these are the critical levels that exist. So from now on, these are the ones to watch. A pullback to 6,300, 6,295, 6,290s. We'll look to take advantage of that most likely. We're optimistic we may get that pullback early in the week, perhaps tonight into Monday. We get that pullback, we set ourselves up with a new bottom, and then we advance. If the market does not pull back to do that and we start taking out these highs, it really does talk about 63.80, so beyond 63.52. If we are advancing, those new highs will come in very close to 63.80 and 6,400. So that's what we'll be looking for in the ES this week. Russell was fantastic last week. We talked specifically, again, this was the Friday close. We talked about looking for a pullback. Now, it took a little bit longer, but once again, we see this beautiful Wednesday pullback in all indices. We had this really nice pullback. We talked about going long in last weekend's video, that anything near 2205 was the long entry. Look how nice that was hit on Wednesday. Made for a beautiful advance. Our first target was 2266 and 2287. We didn't quite reach 2287, that price that you may recall from last week's video that we made here. 2287 was a very important price. We can see that we've stayed below that, coming up just shy of it. And again, we'll likely pull back once again to this price, 2240, maybe a little bit lower. This is what we expect to see. Again, early in the week, that's the theme. Monday, Tuesday, pullbacks, and then we'll firm up and advance once again. That would be the normal process. As long as we're closing above 22.5, very similar to what we just said about the ES, as long as we're closing above 22.5, 22.05, then we're not in jeopardy of a deeper pullback. This would be a welcome pullback to get down into the low 2230s, 2240 area. Again, the best market will continue to close daily above this price. You can see that they launched right through it on Thursday, came up to it on Wednesday, got through it on Thursday and Friday, and are now likely to pull back. And just simply, it's no big deal. They'll come back down and they'll test this level, maybe get inside of Wednesday's bar, and we'll take a look at the new long trade coming up in the Russell. The last of the indices, the Dow a little bit quieter, but still, once again, a very nice pullback we talked about on Thursday. That was the theme on last weekend's video, pullback, and that pullback did persist into Wednesday. We had this nice advance right back up to this critical level of 44.7. Was a nice little advance, about 1,000-point move up. Notice they did not close any day last week back above 44.7, 44.750. So unlike some of the other indices, the YM did not once again reach this very important level at 45, near 45,200. So again, a little bit of a weaker Dow. Again, we're going to watch this price here very carefully early in the week, tonight, tomorrow, 44.4. Can we hold 44.4 and avoid another pullback basically to 44,000? So this will be an important index for us to watch early in the week for firming up here. This would be most desirable to see the Dow firm up. They cross through this level. It would be very desirable to see them firm up on this level. This would be a good sign, and traders would take that back up to the 780s. Perhaps if we can close above that, it'll send a signal for 45,165 this week. So two most important levels here to see what's going to transpire are these that you see here right on the chart: 44,780, 70, and 430 down here. That wraps up the indices. Let's take a quick look before we wrap up. Let's take a look at gold and crude. Gold for our traders this week in the live room. This is where we talk about gold generally on a daily basis. But we talked specifically about coming down to 33.23 to 33.16 and wanting to go long there. We talked about this on Thursday specifically when the market came down here. I said we want to buy this price level for a bounce back up, bounce beautifully back up. It wasn't a huge trade, but a nice swing trade for about 40 points. We should see continued firming on this price, 33.20. Heading back up to my important prices of 33.82. You can see how much of a stickler that has been. That's profit taking every time we get long in gold. One of our last long gold trades prior to this one was back here at the end of June at 32.80 for this really nice advanced multi-day trade. Same thing here. So we want to be long as long as we're closing above 33.22. We want to stay long. We will continue to target this price of 33.84, and aggressive traders would hold out for the eventual test of 3400. Again, this is a swing trade. This is not intraday stuff. Very similar here with our beautiful oil market. It's been great trading in oil. We talked about 69.25 recently. So let's move this down. This belongs at 69.25. Talked last week specifically about heading up and reaching 69.25 this week. So when the market closed here on Friday, I said, listen, they're going to hit that 69.25. There it is. They hit it on Monday. And then, boy, that price was beautiful. They rejected the market right back down to our original 65.50. And on Monday, we told our traders live in the Discord server that failure at 69.25 would bring them all the way back to the origination point of 65.40s. And there it is happening. This is a very critical price. Now, we see this weak bounce Thursday, Friday, heading back down. We likely will test the 65s, the low 65s, mid 65s early this week. If this level fails, then it sets the stage to come on down to 63 and ultimately 61 that is untested. So this was just a nice bounce. We talked about this as a long trade, and then this was the short. So again, what I'm going to be watching for early this week is any daily close back below, say, 65.50 to, I'll give it to 65.20. More conservative, see it close below 65.20. That sets the stage actually for a short trade in crude. So really looking forward to this upcoming week in oil as well as the indices. So hope you've enjoyed the videos this weekend. Looking forward to Monday's trade. Remember, GTraderPro, our Discord community, is completely free. There's no charge to be a member. And we've added a new channel. You might want to check out the video posted here on YouTube about our new channel, the G-Trade, a free daily trade that we started last week. So check that out. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. Help us out greatly. And check out GTraderPro.com, please, for more information about our training, tools and resources that we provide. And come into GTraderPro Discord community so you can stay in touch with everything that we're doing day in and day out in our GTraderPro community. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great week of trading this week, everybody. Hope to see you soon. Take care.